hi, Jenna.
Well, hi, Shelby.
And hi, book friends.
Welcome back. Yeah, it's been a minute.
It has been a hot minute. But you know what? Sometimes life gets away from you.
It does. We've missed you guys, though, and we're excited to be back and listening with all of our book friends today.
I know. Yeah, it's honestly so nice to have something like... We've had a lot going on in our lives. And so to finally feel like we're at a place where we can come back is really exciting.
Yeah, it's fun.
Oh, I love it.
But it's been so long that since we've had an episode, we kind of thought maybe it was a good time to reintroduce who we are, because we've heard so many times comments on our videos and things being like, oh, well, I agree with what the redhead said. Well, we're both brunettes now if you're watching us on video, or if you only listen to us, you might not realize, but this voice that's talking right now is Jenna.
Well, hi, Jenna. And I'm Shelby.
So if you're ever trying to put a voice to name, that's that. But yeah, I figured to say maybe a little bit about ourselves.
I love it. Just like a little bit of a reintroduction.
Yeah. So I'm Jenna. I'm 31. We both live in Denver, Colorado, but we grew up in Minnesota. Yeah. I work in like the medical device industry. But yeah, we like reading. I tend to gravitate more towards like sci-fi, high fantasy, or fantasy romance that has kind of a lot of world building for the fantasy element of it.
Like the plot.
Right.
Here for the plot.
I am here for the plot. And yeah, I also read a little bit of like thrillers and things like that.
I love it.
Try to get a little range. What about you?
Well, hi guys, I'm Shelby. I'm also 31, also from Minnesota. Love living in Denver. I'll probably never move away. Let's see, the type of books that I guess I should start with, I'm a pharmacist. And that's actually a big reason why we've been gone. So I took and passed my boards. Woohoo! But of course, while I've been studying, it has been a whole mess. Like, life has just been insane, and there will be more changes that you'll probably see soon, so stay tuned.
Yeah.
All good things. But so yeah, I work in clinical trials and I do oncology research, which is very exciting. Mm-hmm. I absolutely love my job. And for reading, I gravitate towards the character development. Mm-hmm. And so whether that's romance or a fantasy romance, like I love tons of genres. I read my entire first sci-fi series this summer. So I have just been kind of like diversifying what I've been reading this year. And I feel like it's been really fun. And I'm sure you'll hear us talk about it later, but it's fun to not be in a reading slump.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I mean, with that, we thought we'd catch you guys up on what we have been reading recently, even if we haven't been on the podcast. So welcome to our October wrap up.
Yay! I'm so excited. I feel like we have some really awesome books to talk about.
Me too.
Sweet.
How many books did you read in the last month or so? Oh, not too many with Naplex.
Literally. Okay, so the Naplex book, I guess I'll start with that one. That's what I read. And it is a massive, giant book and is filled with lots of medications. It's very dry. Not a lot of character development. It was just here for the plot. But hey, you know what? I actually rated it on Goodreads. Did you see that?
I didn't, but I did the same thing with the PMP exam prep textbook when I read that one too.
I was like, you know what? I put so much work and freaking effort into this.
Counting that as a book read.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm like, it should literally be 3 because I rebound it in like spiral notebooks because it was just so hard to read as like this giant textbook. And so I said, since I passed, I had to give it at least 3 stars. Okay. So
there you go. Fair enough.
But other than that, I actually did read some other books and I kept to more shorter books because they were easy to get through and it felt very accomplishing.
Fun. I love that.
Yes. So what else have you been reading? I guess I didn't give you a number and that's what you asked for.
Oh, that's okay. If you don't have a number, that's fine. I was just curious.
I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Since Harry Potter, I guess.
Nice.
So I've actually had a few. Yeah.
That's a lot. Yeah. I
think so too. And I guess this has been since like August. Okay. So it's been a minute.
Okay, so we'll say September, October.
Yeah.
That's fine.
September, October.
Love it.
Yeah. Well, what you got?
October was, I'll have to double check, but I think it was my best reading month of the year.
Oh my god!
I read 10 books.
Wow, yeah. I love that.
It was a lot of books.
Oh my gosh,
I
that's
did a lot of reading
awesome.
in October for sure, and then I had a couple from September that we haven't talked about too.
Oh my gosh. Okay, well let's start out. I think this one is probably going to be one that we had so hyped up on the podcast because Shelby had not read this book before, but she had seen the movies once. And
one time is not enough.
We read Harry Potter. And we actually had this as our book club for, was that September? Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh. And we had like such a fun movie night. And Jenna is like literally the best host. If you know her, you know.
I went all out, man. There were so many. It was just, it's like, if you know, you know type decor. I had a pair of shoes hanging from my light as you were walking in. those darn nargles, guys. I had like the note about the Chamber of Secrets written on the mirror in the bathroom.
Oh,
like,
it was so
cool. A little sign for the entry
you had
to
the
the
trolley.
Ministry of Magic in the toilet.
Yeah. It was literally so fun. Yeah. And we were all just like cozied up. Like it was, oh my gosh, it was
we had, I don't know, it was like 12 or 14 girls that all were cuddled in my living room, and we all watched the first Harry Potter movie together after reading the first book. So
it was so precious. And honestly, you'll hear more coming up later. Yeah. So that's all we're going to give you.
What did you rate it?
Oh, I gave it 5 stars.
Yeah.
I loved
it's
it.
So cute.
It was so cute.
I feel like it holds up as a kid's book read by an adult.
I think so too. And I'm like super excited because another one that I also read, I also finished Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, which is the second one. Mm-hmm. And you know what? I liked the first one better.
Yeah.
The second one kind of lulled me a little bit. I was like, it just wasn't as exciting for me.
The third and the fourth ones I think are better. The fourth book I remember being my favorite book.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think maybe it was the third movie was my favorite movie. I don't remember. Ooh. But I kind of remember we can talk about it more in Harry Potter. We'll wait for that episode. Because we might have some
episodes coming out. So.
Yeah. But good. I'm glad you had fun with that.
Yeah, I really did. I thought it was really awesome. And I'm just so excited because everybody says that Harry Potter is like their favorite series of all time.
Yeah.
And even if it's a very millennial thing, like I love it. And I'm so excited to like finally be in on it, you know?
Mm-hmm. I totally agree.
So I'm excited.
All right. Well, going back, I think I was maybe in the middle of reading this when we were talking last, and that was Never Keep by Carolyn Peckman and Suzanne Valenti. Twisted Sisters. So this is a spin-off series. Not a spin-off series, but it's like set in the same world as Zodiac Academy, Ruthless Boys, and Darkmoor Penitentiary, but it's on a like completely different side of the planet. Think that way. So it's not at all related.
So they don't connect at all.
They do not connect at all. So the only thing that is similar between Never Keep and Zodiac Academy and things like that are that the like types of creatures, you know what I mean? Or like the types of like people are different types of shifters, and that it's fae and that they have elemental magic. Like those pieces are the same. Okay. But other than that, I'd say it's like an entirely new world. So from that perspective, it was really fresh.
Yeah.
I unfortunately only gave it 3 stars.
Really?
I think there's a lot of potential for where this could go.
Okay.
But it took a long time to get there for me.
Well, and that's a big book.
It's a big book. I felt like it took a really long time for anything to happen. And then even at that, I didn't feel like that much happened until the very end.
Yeah.
And so the very end, it was like, I thought a really like cool cliffhanger, like the way that left off. And like, I do think that there's space for this to go somewhere cool, but man, it felt like it took a long time to get there.
Oh man.
And there are some pieces of it that I just didn't understand about the world.
Okay.
Like, so that all these, it's like these different, seems like everybody only has one element of magic instead of like multiple, how there are in Zodiac Academy. And so they're all fighting kind of all the different individual factions. I don't remember it, clans, I guess. But then even though they're all at war, they like all send their kids to the same school. And like that little piece of like logic just didn't click for me. So there was some like fundamental, I didn't totally understand how we got here kind of things, but whatever. Yeah, I'll probably read the next one that comes out. I'm like curious to see where it goes, but It's 3 stars for Never Keep
Oh,
for me.
man.
Unfortunately, I'm so sorry.
Oh, no, I actually have an arc of that too, and it's been so big.
It's
like,
big.
It's huge. And so I'm like, dang, I just haven't gotten to it yet.
Yeah.
Okay, the next ones that I have, I actually read both of them, and I got both of them as arcs.
Oh, nice.
I know, because the second one, I believe, just came out.
Nice.
And so I've got Death Shall Bow and Death Shall Reign by Gemma Ashbourne.
Nice.
And I really liked the concept of this, actually. It was like... How do I say this without giving spoilers? But it's basically like our main character is like pulled in to take over for her father in hell. And it was really cool. I mean, these are really quick reads, and it was really fun. And I mean, they're little baby books, but I really liked them, and I thought it was really fun. And the second one is actually from the male's main character. It's from his point of view, so it's the same
switches
story.
between the story. Yep.
Yeah, and there was so much from the first book that was kind of from his point of view, or that you can tell there were things going on behind the scenes. And so to actually see that in the second book was actually really fun. And so I read both of these, and I loved them both.
What did you rate them?
I think I gave them both 4 stars. Let me double check.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, I gave Death Shall Bow 4 stars, and then I gave Death Shall Reign 4 stars as well. So,
nice.
Yeah. And Death Shall Reign actually has a 4.2 rating on Goodreads. So, yeah, it was pretty good. It was a pretty good one. I like it because since we're getting tons of these arcs, it's really exciting to like finally have some time to like work back through some of them.
Yeah. I know sometimes you have to like catch up to the ones that have been sent out for sure.
Definitely.
Good.
What do you got next?
I also had Yours Truly. I think I was reading Yours Truly the last time we talked, but I finally finished it now.
Yay.
I still really liked it. I didn't like it as much as Part of Your World.
Yeah.
I think just the, like, without giving anything away, the tropes that are in this one, I just like aligned with a little bit less. Yeah. So it didn't like hit home as well for me necessarily as Part of Your World.
Yeah, because we loved Part of Your World.
Yeah, I really liked it. But it is really cute. And if you liked Divine Rivals and the like letter writing bit of it, you kind of get a little bit of that in here of the like writing notes to each other. And that part is super sweet. So
and
I mean,
it was still,
I
loved that. So.
Yeah. I still gave it 4 stars. I mean, I did like it. And it was a cute rom-com. It was a pretty fast read.
Sometimes you just need that.
Yeah. And Abby Jimenez is like a go-to. Yeah. So that was good.
Gosh, I love it so much. And the third one just came out, right?
I think it came out a little while ago.
Was it a little while ago?
Yeah, I don't think it was. But I think she had a different book come out recently.
Okay. Yeah, I've been seeing, there's been so many rom-coms coming out recently.
I know. But it was a pretty good one. Overall, I'd still recommend.
On a very different note, I have Phantasma by Kaylee Smith. And oh my God, you guys, this is my favorite book that I've read so far this year.
That's a big comment to make. Favorite
book I've read this year.
Okay.
I don't even know how to put it into words. It's basically our main character goes through these trials that are based on the 9 levels of hell.
Ooh, okay.
And the love interest, oh my fucking God.
Pretty good.
I had to stop reading and put it down and be like, whew. It was so good because not only is the romance so freaking fun, the trials were so cool and really high stakes.
Yeah. I love trials.
I know you do. Literally this book, and favorite book I've read all year so far.
Wow. Well, I guess I gotta buy it then. I don't have a copy of it yet, so I'll have to buy that one.
And it's really having a moment right now.
Yeah.
I'm seeing it everywhere. So, Phantasma by Kaylee Smith, I highly recommend. So,
nice. All right. The next one that I have is Of Shadow and Moonlight by Luna Laurier. This is the bookish box edition, so it's very pretty.
It is absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah.
We love pretty books.
I know. I've been trying to work through my physical backlog a little bit. I really have a pretty large physical TBR, so I'm working my way through that. This one was okay.
Yeah.
I didn't blow my socks off. It was okay. I gave it 3 stars. It was like a fantasy paranormal romance, and there's some pieces of it that were fine. Mm-hmm. And that's minor spoilers, so it's skip forward a minute if you don't want. I mean, very minor spoilers, but there were just some things that happened with the plot that I just didn't understand. it just,
Yeah.
I don't know. I liked it until I felt like there's a part where our main female main character is like missing for a few days, and then like when she finally, you know, turns up again, her like parents and the police and everything let her go with this like guy that she was really only known for like a week or two.
Okay.
And like no one ever questions the disappearance again. Like there's like,
that's weird.
The police never come back to like question if she's okay or who took her or anything. There's
Weird.
like some things like that where I'm like, this would literally never happen. Like just I can't
This is not
even
real
imagine
life.
my parents being like, oh yeah, you can go with your new boyfriend even though we don't know him at all. I don't know. So like there were some interesting things, and you kind of get the shadow daddy bit a little bit, but I don't know. That's just the plot wasn't plotting for me. So 3 stars of Shadow and Moonlight.
Bummer.
I probably won't continue that series.
Oh, that's a bummer. One of the series that I'm working my way through is The Kindred's Curse, and that is Spark of the Everflame.
Oh, I've heard of that. Is that the one that's like white on the outside and it's kind of got like a face in the middle?
Yes. The orange one.
Yeah. I've seen that that cover.
I've been listening to it, and the person that's narrating is so good, and I love it. I'm currently on the 3rd one, but I listened to The Spark of the Everflame and then Glow of the Everflame, and those are by Penn Cole. The concept is actually so cool, and I feel like it's actually executed really well. However, I say this every single time I listen to a story, I'm like, I just don't get as
invested.
Yeah. And I mean, it's really fun to listen to, but it's one of those where I'll probably go back and re-listen to it because I feel like I'm not getting as much out of it.
You're like not listening as closely as you would need to get it.
And I felt the exact same way about the one that we did for book club this summer.
Fate, Inked, and Blood.
Fate, Inked, and Blood. Yes, that one. See, I couldn't even remember.
I got you. I know what you read.
You knew. That was exactly how I felt about it too.
Yeah.
Like I liked the story, but I didn't internalize it as much because I was listening to it and not reading it on a paper. So, yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah. But I'm 100% continuing with the series. Like,
that's good.
I'm loving it.
I've heard really good things about that book too. Ooh, yeah. Well, also, another book I had heard really good things of and didn't really know what to expect was Butcher and Blackbird. So this is also if you're watching the Bookish Box edition, and it's so really, really
gorgeous.
pretty.
You have so many pretty books this month.
I know. It's because I've been working through my physical backlog.
That's true.
It's got like a hot pink on it, which is really cute.
Oh, I love it.
But Butcher and Blackbird is like a dark rom-com is probably the best way. So it's like serial killers who fall in love. They're like both serial killers. And the best way I can describe this shortly is as a gender flipped Dexter. Did you ever watch Dexter?
I love Dexter.
So it's it feels like a gender flipped Dexter because like she's also the serial killer, but like not killing bad people, you know?
Yes.
So you still kind of want to root for them, even though they're like definitely murdering people. But it was way considering they're serial killers, it was way more lighthearted than I was expecting. Like it was way funnier and like goofier, and like their little like rom-com love story along the way was actually really sweet, and it wasn't as gross as I was expecting. I heard some people talk about they're like, I'm never eating this ice cream again. I mean, it was like gross, but it wasn't as bad as I was expecting. So.
Yeah, because I've been seeing on TikTok that people are like, oh my god, it's so gross, it's so grim, blah blah blah.
Maybe I just have a strong stomach. But anyways, I gave it 4 stars. I thought it was really fun. I'm probably gonna buy Leather and Lark, and I know that the 3rd one is about to come out too.
Oh, and the second one's already out. And
one's already out, and the 3rd one I think is about to come out because I think that's the one we got the NetGalley email about.
Oh, yeah, I don't remember that.
Yeah, I don't remember what it's called, but it's the like Ruinous Love series, I think what it's called.
Oh, that's cool.
But yes, this was by
Bryn Weaver.
Bryn Weaver.
Yeah, Bryn Weaver.
I was like, I don't even know how I'm supposed to say that name. Sorry, guys.
Gosh, I love that edition. That is seriously so pretty.
It's one of my favorite ones that we got from Bookish Box this year.
Gorgeous.
But it was cute. So 4 stars, recommend Butcher and Blackbird.
Oh, I love that. On a semi-similar note, I have The Boyfriend by Frida McFadden.
Did you listen to it?
I listened to it.
I listened to it too. Yeah, I didn't even know you listened to it. I literally listened to it.
We were probably listening to it at the same time.
We probably were because it like just came out.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Stop. This is so funny.
I thought the audio was really well done.
It was really good.
Because so it flips back and forth between the male and female.
Yes. And like times.
And times.
Yes.
But the way that the male author read his like younger self has such an innocent tone, even though it's like so creepy and you can tell that he has been doing bad things or whatever.
Well, I questioned it.
Yeah.
I questioned it. I was like, so did he actually do it? Did he not do it? And
that's like the whole thing, right? But I felt like the way that the audio was done was so good. And I'm not normally an audiobook listener. But yes, I listened to the exact same one.
Oh my God, that's so cool.
I think I gave it 4 stars overall. I really liked it.
Yeah, I also gave it 4 stars. Did you see the twist coming?
I saw most of the twists coming, but not the very, very last one.
Yes.
Which we can talk about off so that we don't give spoilers to people. But the very, very last one I didn't see coming. But kind of the ones up until then a little bit. But yeah,
it was so good. I loved it.
I was like, whoa.
Me too. And a book that like can catch off guard. Like, oh my God, it was so good. I loved it.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Oh my God, that's so fun. Oh man.
Well, okay, also on audio. So if you haven't listened to us before, I never do audiobooks.
No.
I think I have listened to 1 audiobook in my life until this past month.
Right.
And then I listened to 3.
Dang!
4. I listened to 4 audiobooks.
Oh my gosh. I love this.
I know, it's crazy.
So which ones have you listened to?
So that brings me into my next book, which was Beyond the Wand, which is the Tom Felton autobiography or memoir, or whatever you want to call them. I don't know what it's called.
How was it?
It was good. I mean, it was kind of cute to see, like, hear some of the behind the scenes stuff from the making of Harry Potter, from the perspective of not one of the main 3 characters.
Yeah.
Because I guess I didn't realize how much Draco is not one of the key characters, and I didn't realize,
because he seems like one,
right? And I didn't realize how little screen time he had. So it was interesting because Tom talks about like even the difference of how he was able to still live a little bit of a normal life versus like the 3 main ones. Like really, it was a very different lifestyle for them. So like that part was really interesting to listen to, and he's had some mental health struggles and addiction problems as he got older, and so it was like a heartwarming. You can make it through this too, kind of like second half of the book of working through like no longer being in that part of show business and like what does life look like now. So
because even though he wasn't one of the main 3 characters, I feel like he can only be seen as Draco Malfoy.
I know.
Yeah. So I feel like that would probably be a really weird thing to try to balance.
Yeah. So I don't know. And it's narrated by Tom himself.
Very cool.
So I enjoyed it. I don't know. I thought it was cute.
That's cool.
Yeah, it was good. It was heartwarming.
Oh, what else have you listened to?
I also listened to, so I've been doing a lot of driving in the last month.
Yes.
So I also listened to Middle of the Night by Riley Sager.
Okay.
And I'm a really big Riley Sager fan, generally speaking. This one I don't think was his best. I gave it 3 stars. It was okay.
Yeah.
I feel like I saw most of the twists coming. It was just okay. I mean, there was some good, I don't know, emotional stuff, I guess. I don't know. It was okay.
Bummer. But
yeah. And then I also listened to On a Quiet Street, which exact opposite of that. 4.5 stars.
Ooh.
I like thinking about it. I'm still thinking about it, so I kind of feel like I should bump it up to 5.
Oh my gosh.
But this was On a Quiet Street by Serafina Nova Glass, because there's 2 On a Quiet Street. So, so I got to make sure you pick the right one.
Good to know.
But really good thriller. This was another thriller. And it's surrounding like, there's 3 couples who live in a private neighborhood.
Okay.
And like a gated community, kind of private neighborhood. Yeah. And without giving too much away, there's just like a lot of interconnected drama between the 3 of those couples.
Okay.
Of like one of the couples, their son was hit by a car in the neighborhood earlier in the year. And so they're like pretty sure somebody in the neighborhood had to have been the one to hit him. But but like no, the police still haven't figured it out. No one's figured it out yet.
Oh my gosh.
And so then as that woman is like interacting with the other things, and you like learn some other crazy stuff happening between the other couples within the neighborhood. It's really good. And the way that it's narrated is, again, there's a couple narrators and the voices are really distinct.
Yep.
And I really enjoyed that book, and I really enjoyed it as audio.
Cool. Okay, good to know.
So On a Quiet Street.
I love audio.
Yeah, On a Quiet Street I would definitely recommend, and it's on like Spotify audio.
Cool. I love that. I ran out of my Spotify.
I upped it just to finish reading that book.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
You can top off for like $10 or something.
Good to
and you get like another
know.
10 listening hours or something.
Cool. Good to know, because I might have to do that because I'm reading that book. I'm listening to The Only One Left by
Are
Riley
you?
Sager.
Oh, yeah. Well, see, that gets me into my next one. Okay, so I read physically another Riley Sager book this month, and that was The Only One Left. I realized this had been on my October TBR last year.
I remember we had talked
I've had
about
it for a long time. I think this is, I don't even remember when this is from, but I've gotten it for a couple years ago.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's nice and creepy. The first 100 pages of this were like so creepy. I thought it was pretty good. I think I gave this one 4 stars. Yeah. It started off super creepy.
Yeah,
and
it really does.
I always feel like Riley Sager's really good at starting off super strong of like setting the creepy scene. And I like sort of saw some of the twists going, which is again why it maybe wasn't a 5-star for me, but I still thought it was really good and I would recommend it.
Yeah, I'm like halfway through listening to it right now.
Yeah.
And then I ran out of Spotify hours.
Yeah.
But I'm loving it. And I'm like, it's been so fun listening to it because it is so creepy.
It's so creepy.
It's so creepy. And it keeps me so engaged. So it's like literally the perfect thing for like Halloween time.
I know. Well, as you can tell, I read and listened to a lot of thrillers because I'm like, it's October. I want spooky books.
Me too. That's why like Phantasma is literally perfect for right now.
Well, and I even thought Butcher and Blackbird, I'm like, if I'm going to read a rom-com, at least it's a serial killer rom-com.
Exactly.
That feels October too.
That's perfect.
Yep.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome.
What else did you have?
Oh, let's see. What else am I reading right now? So I just started and I'm literally like, okay, so I'm less than 100 pages into it. Bloodguard by Cece Robson. And we got this as an art copy and it literally just came out October 22nd. And the people who have read it, it's got great reviews already online. And people on TikTok are saying that it's really awesome. I have to say it's a little bit of a slow start.
Is it?
So I've just been kind of like...
It's like a girl gladiator thing, isn't it?
No.
No? Oh, I thought that was... Am I thinking of a different book maybe? Okay.
Maybe. But yeah, it's... I didn't read the blurb of it or anything.
Okay.
But I'm like, it is very interesting. It's got a cool concept, and I'm really hoping it picks up because there are really good reviews. So
that's fair. That happens sometimes.
Yeah. But yeah. So that's where I'm at right now. That's what I'm currently reading.
Well, I had another October book that felt super October.
Yes.
And it's called Sign Here by Claudia Lux. This is a couple years old also.
Oh, is it?
But it was another book of the month. It was October 2022.
Oh my gosh.
And I still hadn't read it yet. But it's a dark comedy, I guess, is probably how I would describe it. It's like hell, but kind of funny almost.
Oh my gosh.
And so part of this whole aspect of hell is that it's very... I'm trying to like corporate America feeling.
What?
like, which is, I can see how that's a certain type of hell, but it's funny because it's like, so he talks about like the different layers of hell, and since he's at like one of the like higher layers, like not as deep or whatever, then it's more like, oh, you're like grilled cheese it's never quite crispy, it's always just a little soggy, or like you always have to try at least 5 pens before the one that you have works. Like they're like such little... But like that would drive you kind of bonkers if everything in your life was like that. So it's like goofy like that. And we're like our main guy that we're following is like so close to being able to get this like last soul that he's trying to sign off, you know, like sign away to the devil. Cause like literally is like a think door-to-door salesman kind of thing, but for getting souls from the regular world.
Yeah.
And I gave it 4 stars. I thought it was a fun time.
That
I don't know.
So fun.
It was just like the execution wasn't 100% there, which is why it was 4 stars instead of 5. But the concept was super funny.
That is really funny. It's really unique.
Yeah, the aspects of hell were super funny. So this is a perfect October book.
Good to know. I've definitely seen that cover. I've seen people post about it for sure. Oh my gosh.
Fun
yeah.
one.
The only other one that I was listening to is The Heat of the Everflame, which is the Kindred's Curse #3, and yeah, loving it.
Nice.
Loving it.
Yeah, I've got just a couple more that I've been reading. So one that I think is a little underrated and in my opinion, underrated, both on Goodreads and just people talking about it.
Yeah.
But I read Shattered Vow by Eva Chase.
Okay.
It's the first in the Shadow Blood Souls series. I don't know how many books it's supposed to be. I gave it 4.5 stars. I think the overall rating might have even, like on Goodreads, might be under 4, but it gave me a lot of like the feeling that I wanted from the Broken Bonds series that I don't get in a lot of other places. It gave me a lot of that, which I really liked.
I love that.
And so that was really unexpected for me because I've had it downloaded on my Kindle for like 2 years.
Yeah,
and
it's one of those.
Yeah, like clearing out, you know, some of the older books. And so I finally got around to it. And I was kind of kicking myself for not reading it sooner, to be honest. I really enjoyed it overall. And I really enjoyed the dynamic of how the book starts feels a little bit different than some of the other ones. Because I always like female main characters that start off strong too, like already have a lot of abilities. And it's not like, oh, I just learned yesterday that I'm the long forgotten princess. You know what I mean? So
I have all these powers I didn't know about.
Right. Yeah. And it's more like her groveling to get back to male main character versus vice versa, which I think happens a lot. So yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
It's not very often that you have a book that is underrated and like you just loved so much.
Right.
That's really cool.
I know. And so that's why I say it was a really happy surprise for me. Aww. And it also reminds me of Broken Bonds a little bit in that it's mostly feels like regular world, just like there's some people with abilities or like some people that have this like, I don't know, special things going on. So yeah.
That's very cool.
Highly recommend. That was Shattered Bow.
I love it. That sounds amazing.
And then the last book that I've read.
Oh my gosh.
Finally.
Right.
I was reading this sucker for a while. Just look at all those pages, guys.
It's literally massive.
I finally finished Rhythm of War, which is by Brandon Sanderson, which is the 4th book in the Stormlight Archive. And the 5th book, Wind and Truth, comes out early December. So I'm prepared. Yeah. But kind of. I mean, I'm sure I technically would be prepared. But that leads me into what is coming up for me.
Coming up.
I'm finally going to start the Wax and Wane series. So this is the second Mistborn era.
Oh, okay.
Starting with the Alloy of Law.
Oh, you haven't read the second trilogy?
I've only read the first trilogy. I haven't read the second trilogy of Mistborn yet. And they're all in the Cosmeres. I don't know. I think I probably should try and read these and like should try and I know I need to read The Sunlit Man before Wind and Truth comes out. I've heard that from a lot of people, but yeah. So I have this too that's coming out.
That's so cool.
But I gave Rhythm of War 5 stars. Obviously, it was great.
I feel like Brandon Sanderson, you kind of just like can't miss.
Yeah, you
so
like the rating on Goodreads 4.62 stars.
That is insane.
Isn't that crazy?
To just have such a collectively high.
I mean,
oh my gosh.
I thought something that was really interesting about this one too is it like dives so deep into a couple of the characters' mental health struggles, and they're like such different personal struggles. And there was like a little bit in the middle that got a little bit long for me just because it was like felt a little dragged out. I mean it is 1,300 pages. Yeah. But like when you get that final oomph at the end, then it feels worth it.
So worth it.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
I have not read Brandon Sanderson in what feels like forever.
Yeah.
And because I told myself I'm gonna reread Mistborn because I feel like I didn't give it a fair shot the first time I did it. I just like haven't had the time, but I'm like, I'll get there. I'll definitely get there.
I think that's part of why it took me so long to get through Rhythm of War is because it's big brain energy. You know? It's not like I'm just flipping it on to entertain myself at night. It's like you like kind of have to think about what's going on. And especially since by Rhythm of War, there starts to be a lot more connections within the Cosmere. So now I'm like putting things together from some of the other books and stuff. And you're just thinking a lot more.
That's so
it's
cool.
hard. It's a little bit slower of a read, not in a bad way, just because
more attention is needed.
I'm more intentional versus like breezing through like I might in a like fast rom-com.
Oh my gosh, that's so fun.
So that's that was a lot of books I've read.
That is a lot. You have done a lot of reading recently.
I've done a lot of reading recently. Yeah.
I know. I feel like because I just had the Naplex and that book in itself is ginormous and studying for that, I'm like, dang, I'm so ready to get back into reading like this. I love it so much.
Yeah.
So what's next up on my list? I've got Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban because I'm working through the series. Yeah. And I'm loving it so much.
Good. Oh, those are nice, like easier reads too. And that would be good ones if you want to. I know some people will like go back and forth between physically reading and listening to the audio.
Oh,
and I've heard the
yeah.
audio is really good for all the Harry Potter books too. So that might be one that you could like do back and forth too.
Well, and then wasn't this the one that he really wanted to be the audiobook narrator for it? I think I heard somebody say that. Whoever narrates the audiobooks.
Oh, okay.
I think I've heard that he like went up to J.K. Rowling and was like, I really want to narrate your books.
Oh, cool. I didn't know that. Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I thought I heard it from you. I don't know where I heard it.
No, I don't know.
Who knows? But yeah, I'm super excited, and it's more of just like a lighthearted read. It's not going to be like taking too much of my focus.
Yeah, no, it's a really good one. I love Sirius Black.
I'm pumped.
I'm currently reading The Dragon 10 by Christine. I am 114 pages into it, which is almost halfway because it's just a little book.
It's just a baby.
It was pitched as like Fourth Wing meets Fast and Furious.
Interesting. Okay.
And I definitely feel the Fast and the Furious in there, and there are dragons. I think it's a no for me. It might be a DNF for me. I'm not gonna lie. No. There's not that much more, so like maybe I'll read it. But it's just the writing isn't quite for me.
Yeah.
I don't care about the main character.
Oh,
at all,
that's the worst.
At all.
That's like the one thing I feel like I have to have. Like I have to root for that main character.
And there's not, so I do like that it's set in the Pacific Northwest. That's kind of fun. And there's been some like Portland and Seattle kind of
vibes?
Yeah.
It is Twilight season, always.
It is kind of that, although it's also like downtown Seattle or like downtown Portland or whatever, I guess.
Interesting.
I don't know, man. I don't think I can do it. So I feel really sad, but.
And we were just talking about not too long ago about how
we're getting to DNF.
Yeah, we're getting used to DNFing books because we have so much that we want to read.
Yes. Yeah, I think that's the reason why I might call it, is because I have a lot of other books I'm excited about, and so unfortunately that's a no for me.
Oh, bummer.
Yeah.
Bummer.
I feel like a 12-year-old boy would be the perfect target for this book.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, not a 31-year-old female?
Maybe not. Maybe not.
That's funny. Well, one of the ones that I am really, really excited about is A Light in the Flame by Jennifer L. Armentrout. And this is going to be the second one in the Flesh and Fire novel. And because I've only read the first one, right? Obviously, if this is the second one. But I loved Niktos and Sarah's story. And so I'm super excited. I feel like I might want to go back and read like the last 50 pages of the first book because it's been so long. I literally read the first one when I had surgery last year.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
I read them a long time ago too. I'm behind a couple books now.
Yeah.
I think this might be, once you read this one, I think you're caught up to where I am. I'm curious to see what you'll rate this one.
Like in a good way or a bad way?
Both. I'm just really curious. Overall, it has a really high rating.
Yeah.
But I don't think I rated it very high.
Really?
And it's, there's not that many books that I say this on, but there was too much spice for me in that one, I think.
Okay.
I think that's what I remember my gripe being, is that it didn't feel like that much else happened. It felt like there was a lot of that.
Right.
And that was like the key, which is fine. Yep. I think I just wasn't expecting it.
Yes.
To be quite
good to
so
know
intense.
Going into it. Yeah. Because I feel like that's kind of the opposite that I felt with like From Blood and Ash is in, I think it was like the second book. It was like there was so much movement and so much happening that it was like, oh my gosh, like give me some more character stuff, because it was just like so much plot. So good to know.
I think that was book 3. I think you're thinking of
so
book
too.
3. Yeah.
Yeah.
The Crown of Gildebones. That's probably
I actually think you're right, because I think I liked the second one the best out of all of them so far. But yeah, so I'm really excited.
Yeah, a couple more that I've got coming up. One of them is Wild Love by Elsie Silver.
Oh, I love Elsie Silver.
This is another one of the Pretty Bookish box edition ones, if you're seeing it. I've still not read any Elsie Silver. Our book club read Flawless over the summer, but I didn't make it to that book club meeting.
Right.
So I've still not read any, but I've had this physical copy, and it's so pretty.
It is so
It's super cute. So after finishing Rhythm of War, I'm having a little bit of like, I think I could do a few like easier books in there so that I'm like a little more ready for Wind and Truth when it comes out.
I love it. Well, and that's like the perfect thing to break up fantasy is cute little rom-com.
I know, it's my palate cleanser rom-com, so I'm gonna read Wild Love.
Oh my gosh, that's so cute. I love it. Because mine, that we kind of already talked about, is Yours Truly by Abby Jimenez. And I'm so pumped. I loved the first one. And so I'm hoping I really like this one too.
Yeah. Good.
Yeah.
And then finally, I think this is probably both of us.
Yes.
Is The Songbird and the Heart of Stone. This is the first book of the second duology. I don't know. It's part of the Crowns of Neaxia series. So this was The Serpent and the Wings of Night and the Ashes and the Star-Crossed King by Carissa Broadbent. And so it's book one of the next duology.
It's Misha's story.
I've not seen excellent reviews of it so far, but I've only seen a couple because it doesn't come out until the end of November.
Yep.
So we're gonna both read it and try and time it about when the book is gonna come out. Probably give you guys an episode there. But I am excited to read it because I liked Misha and I liked the first duology.
Yeah.
I think I gave both stars, or both 4.5 stars, I think. I liked both books a lot. So
I gave both of them 5 stars.
Yeah, you loved them a lot.
I loved them. And I loved Misha. And so oh my gosh, I'm so excited. This is one of my most anticipated books for the whole year. And so I'm really hoping I'm not disappointed.
I know. I hope
gosh.
it's good. So we'll find out. So I'm going to read that one pretty soon too.
So
I'm trying to time it to just before it comes out.
Yeah. Yeah. Because it'll be perfect timing. Yeah. And I know that's a highly anticipated release for a lot of people.
Oh,
too.
yeah, definitely.
So that's going to be a good one.
It's going to be a really good one. Sweet.
How exciting. Oh my gosh, it feels so good to be back.
Yeah. Thanks for your patience, guys.
Yes, thanks for hanging with us. We are. And it was we came back and now we're so refreshed and now we're moving on. Here
ready to bring you some good content.
Hell yeah. Awesome. Well, we'll see you guys next week.
See ya.